had one, so that definitely feels good to have that done. So I wanted to share something with you guys that has been a real game changer for me. I decided to try a couple different things this time around. One of those being I started to look into apps that would kind of like help me control my social media usage a little bit more, and I found this one that has literally changed my life during the past few days, and it's free. I don't know if it'll be free forever, but at least for the present being, for the present time being, it is free. So, but the app is called ScreenZen, as in like screen and then the word Zen. And basically what it does is it doesn't completely block social media, but it does something that for me is even better. But it basically stops the impulsive checking of social media. So how it does this is when you decide which platforms you want to set these locks on, and so like let's say that you wanted to block like Instagram or Facebook. So what it does is if you still need to check it, that's fine, but when you click it, it'll ask you just a question and it'll say, is this important? And if it is important, it makes you wait a certain number of seconds before the app will open. So for me, I have 10 seconds selected right now. I'm pretty sure you can go even higher than that if you get like the paid version or something like that. But for me, that immediateness of like before, when I would just click on it and it would instantly open up, it made it so easy for me to check it all the time. And you wouldn't think that such a small thing like this would make such a big difference, but it literally makes me not want to click on the app anymore because I don't want to wait the 10 seconds. And it's pretty incredible because I think I've maybe checked social media like 2 or 3 times in like the last few days since I made that last video, which for me is huge because I was checking it way too much before, and I didn't even realize that I was mindlessly scrolling as much as I was, but I was. So, now I basically only go on there when I have something to post, or if there's like a certain goal in mind, like I want to check on my friends or something like that who are going through the hurricane stuff. But yeah, so that really has been great for my anxiety levels as well. I felt much more calm since I did that. And the cool thing is you can lock anything, like you can block websites or just any app that you want to. Like let's say that you use Reddit a little too much. Like that's not technically a social media platform, but you can also block that as well. And I almost hesitate to even use the word block because you're not really blocking it, but you're just stopping the impulse of constantly looking at it. And the fact that it asks you that question, like, is this important, for me is really nice because it is like a reminder when I click on it. It's like, well, is this actually important, or is this just like something I'm mindlessly doing? But it is really completely stopped my impulsive scrolling, so it's pretty cool. But since then, I have just been kind of trying to get back on track. Been keeping up with exercise, and honestly, I haven't been that unhealthy or anything, but the past few days I haven't been as healthy as I would have liked. So I'm kind of trying to get back to better eating habits. And I think for me, the key to doing that is just like kind of planning what I eat a little bit more. Because it's really hard. What I've noticed is it's very, very difficult to stay healthy and make healthy choices when you don't like plan it out at all. And it's not that hard to plan it out. Like sometimes it seems like it's this like inconvenience or annoyance, but honestly, if you just like take 30 minutes of your time on like a Sunday or something and just have like a rough idea of like what you're gonna meal prep and for the week and stuff like that, it's really not that hard. I think the hard thing is just that a lot of times people don't feel like taking that extra 30 minutes or sometimes it takes a little longer than 30 minutes if you're doing like multiple meals or something like that, but I think taking that time is important because it might seem like it's wasting your time, but I mean, it's literally your health that you're talking about. It's like you need to eat healthy to like survive and to live a long life. So I mean, to me it's really not a waste of time because you're like deciding on something that will determine how healthy you are. So but anyways, I'm trying to think what else. I won't say like my anxiety is completely like feeling better since like the last update that I did. I mean, it's definitely still here, but I feel like it was being exacerbated by constantly checking social media before. So now like I still have it, but it's not taking over my whole being quite as much. But yeah, I hope that things get better with the hurricane stuff for my friends in the southeast. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else specific that I had to say. I definitely noticed like a couple days went by where I started to feel those like feelings of not exactly shame, but I just kind of felt like I couldn't interact with people as much. Like I kind of just wanted to keep to myself a bit more after the slip-ups happened. So I'm definitely it's definitely a little better today, but I'm looking forward to when I kind of return to where I was, and it'll just take time. All of this stuff is really in our heads to some extent. And that's not to say that the progress is in your head. It's definitely not in your head that you're making progress, but I think sometimes when we kind of like feel so much, when we feel like not like our fullest selves and stuff like that, and we kind of tend to like be a little more introverted, like sometimes I think we just have to, or for me at least, I have to just talk myself out of that and realize that like, hey, like I'm still the same person that I was yesterday. Like this is not, it's not as big of a deal as I'm making it out to be. But we're all getting there slowly but surely. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for today. But if you guys are struggling with using social media too much, or certain websites or whatever, try out ScreenZen. It's working very, very well for me, better than I even expected. And I think like, here's the thing, it's not gonna magically cure everything by getting this app, but you have to already have your reasons for wanting to do this kind of narrowed down, like for me that part has never been the issue. I've always known like what my reasoning is for trying to quit this, but I think the issue for me was just like literally impulsive decision making, like, and sometimes like I don't think it was entirely always like my fault either, and I know that at the end of the day, like, we are responsible for our actions, but like for instance, like it's kind of like when you put a rat in a cage with cheese, like the rat, no matter how much like self-control this rat might like seem like it has, it's still gonna go for that cheese eventually. And if you have like a million different social media apps like sitting there right in front of you, and all you have to do is click it, and it's just like instantly you're transported into this digital world. Sorry about that, guys. Hit a really big bump in the road. Didn't used to be there. Must be some road work they're doing or something. Hopefully that didn't interrupt the video too much, but sorry about that. I always do these videos in one take, so you're probably just gonna have to just still have that in there. But what I was saying is, there's really like a big component of the whole thing to me that is just like the access of having social media all the time is very dangerous for my recovery, I've realized. So an app like this makes a really big difference, but I would say like if you are kind of just getting started in this, you got to make sure that you like write down your reasons for wanting to do this, and like really make sure that they're like sound, like not just you want to be like a better person. I mean, that's a great reason, but like it's not, the thing about that is that it's not really going to deter you forever. It might like stop you for like, you know, temporarily, but as soon as like you're gonna get urges eventually, and if you don't have like really strong reasons for not wanting to slip up, then you probably will slip up again. You've got to have a system. And anyways, again, I think I did this in my last video, but I always seem to feel like I'm rambling at the end of these videos. I think it's just because I do them in one take, so I don't always, like, everything I say on here is not really premeditated as much as it is just like a stream of consciousness. So I try to give you guys the real deal with this stuff. But anyway, again, I will update again soon, and hope you guys are doing all right. Peace.